Once upon a time, in a cheerful little house surrounded by tall green trees and blooming flowers, there lived 5 playful little monkeys with their loving mama. The monkeys were full of energy from sunrise to sunset. Every morning they would wake up before the sun even rose, chatter excitedly, and jump from one bed to another, giggling and making funny faces at each other. Their mama loved them dearly, but she often sighed and said, "My little monkeys, you must behave. Be careful and don't hurt yourselves." But the little monkeys were too lively to sit still. They loved to jump, climb, swing, and laugh all day long. They found joy in every little thing: a buzzing butterfly, a shiny pebble, a drop of rain on a leaf. The house echoed with their laughter and footsteps all the time. One sunny afternoon, Mama Monkey had just finished cleaning the house. She neatly made all the beds and arranged the pillows. "Now, my little ones," she said, "please don't jump on the beds. You might fall and hurt yourselves." The monkeys nodded, but as soon as Mama Monkey went into the kitchen to prepare banana pancakes, their eyes twinkled mischievously. The eldest monkey, Mimi, whispered, "Let's just have a little fun while Mama is busy. We won't fall, I promise." The others, Momo, Mela, Milo, and Minnie, giggled and agreed. One by one, they climbed up on the big bed and started bouncing up and down. Boing, 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 went the bed as the monkeys laughed louder and louder. They jumped higher and higher until their little curls bounced, and their tails wiggled with every leap. They sang together, 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped her head. Suddenly, poor Mimi lost her balance, tumbled down, and hit her head on the floor. "Ouch!" she cried, rubbing her head as tears filled her eyes. The other monkeys gasped, and Momo quickly called, "Mama, Mimi fell." Mama Monkey came rushing in. "Oh, my goodness! What did I tell you about jumping on the bed?" she said, picking up Mimi and kissing her forehead. She grabbed the telephone and called Dr. Monkey. "Doctor, one of my little monkeys fell off the bed and bumped her head." The doctor replied in a calm but firm voice, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." Mama Monkey thanked the doctor, gave Mimi a cool banana ice pack, and tucked her safely on the sofa. "Rest here, my dear," she said. "The rest of you, remember what the doctor said." But as soon as Mama Monkey went back to the kitchen, the remaining 4 monkeys looked at each other and giggled. Momo, the second oldest, said, "Mimi just had bad luck. We'll be careful." They climbed back on the bed and started jumping again. Boing, boing, boing. The room filled with their laughter once more. They chanted, 4 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Sure enough, Momo lost his balance, flipped over, and fell right on the floor with a loud thud. He held his head and cried, "Ouch, my head." Mama Monkey came running again, shaking her head in disbelief. "Didn't I tell you not to jump on the bed?" she scolded gently. She called the doctor again. "Doctor, another one fell off and bumped his head." The doctor sighed and said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." Mama Monkey tended to Momo, gave him some juice, and made him rest next to Mimi. "Now, please, my little ones, no more jumping." But the 3 monkeys left. Mela, Milo, and Minnie whispered to each other, "We're smarter. We won't fall like them." They tiptoed into the bedroom, giggling, and started jumping again, quietly at first, then higher and higher. Boing, boing. The bed creaked, the pillows flew, and laughter echoed again. They sang, 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped her head. Down went Mela with a little yelp. She held her head, and tears rolled down her cheeks. Mama rushed in once more, her patience thinning. She called the doctor again. "Doctor, another monkey fell off and bumped her head." The doctor replied, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." Now only Milo and Minnie were left. Mama sat them down and said sternly, "That's enough. No jumping, no playing on the bed. Go read a story or draw something." The two little monkeys nodded seriously. But as soon as Mama Monkey left to do the laundry, Milo grinned at Minnie. "Let's just jump once, just once." Minnie hesitated but then laughed. "Okay, just one jump." One jump turned into two, and soon they were bouncing again. Two little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Poor Milo rolled off the bed, landing on the rug. "Oh, Mama Monkey heard the noise and came running again. She sighed deeply, picked up the phone and said, "Doctor, yet another monkey fell off and bumped his head." The doctor said the same thing. No more monkeys jumping on the bed. Now only little Minnie was left. Mama made everyone rest and said, "Minnie, I trust you. Please don't jump on the bed." Minnie nodded sweetly and promised she wouldn't. But when everyone was resting, she stared at the bed, remembering how much fun it was. "Maybe just one tiny jump," she whispered. "Just one." She climbed up slowly, looked around, and whispered the song to herself. One little monkey jumping on the bed. She bounced once, twice, and on the third jump, she slipped and fell off the bed. "Ouch!" cried Minnie, holding her head. Mama rushed in, clearly exhausted, and called the doctor again. "Doctor, the last little monkey fell off and bumped her head." The doctor chuckled softly and said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." That night, Mama Monkey put all 5 monkeys to bed with soft pillows and warm blankets. She kissed each one gently and said, "Now go to sleep, my little ones. No more jumping on the bed." All 5 monkeys nodded sleepily. Their heads were a little sore, but they learned their lesson. Soon the house grew quiet. The moonlight shone through the window, and the night breeze rustled the trees outside. But the story didn't end there. The next morning, when the sun peeked through the curtains, the monkeys woke up refreshed and full of energy again. Their heads felt better, and they started planning what to do next. Mimi said, "We can't jump on the bed anymore." Momo added, "But we can jump somewhere else." Melly clapped her hands. "Let's go outside." Milo said, "Yes, let's jump on the grass." And Minnie shouted, "Race you to the yard." They ran outside and found the soft green meadow behind their house. The grass was cool, the flowers smelled sweet, and butterflies fluttered all around. They started jumping and dancing together, laughing louder than ever. Mama Monkey peeked through the window, smiling this time. "At least they're jumping somewhere safe," she thought. As they played outside, they invented new games. They jumped from rock to rock, swung from the vines, and chased colorful dragonflies. Momo found a big stick and pretended it was a sword, while Minnie wore a crown of daisies and called herself the Queen of the Monkeys. They played for hours, but soon dark clouds rolled in. The wind grew stronger and it began to rain. The monkeys squealed with delight. They loved rain. They splashed in puddles, danced under the raindrops, and sang their favorite rhyme again. 5 little monkeys jumping in the rain, having fun again and again. When they came back inside, soaking wet and muddy, Mama Monkey wrapped them in towels and said, "You see, you can have fun and still stay safe." That evening, as the monkeys sat together sipping hot banana cocoa, Mommy told them a story about when she was a little monkey. "I used to jump on the bed too," she admitted, "and guess what happened? I fell and bumped my head, just like you." The monkeys gasped. "You did, Mama." "Yes," she laughed. "That's why I always tell you not to jump. I learned it the hard way." The monkeys looked at each other, realizing their mama had once been just like them. They all hugged her tightly and promised to listen from now on. "We'll play, but we'll be careful," said Mimi. "That's all I want," said Mama, smiling. Days passed, and the monkeys kept their promise. They spent their mornings reading stories, their afternoons drawing pictures, and their evenings playing outside. They built forts out of sticks, raced with squirrels, and climbed trees to watch the sunset. Sometimes, when they felt tempted to jump on the bed, they sang their old rhyme but changed the words a little. 5 little monkeys learning to behave, listening to Mama, happy and brave. It made Mama laugh every time she heard it. One day, Dr. Monkey came to visit. "How are my little patients?" he asked cheerfully. The monkeys stood proudly and said, "We don't jump on the bed anymore." The doctor smiled. "That's wonderful. You're all smart monkeys now." He gave each of them a shiny banana sticker for being good. Mama Monkey beamed with pride. From then on, whenever new little monkeys from the neighborhood came over to play, Mimi and her siblings would warn them, "Don't jump on the bed. It's not safe." They would tell the whole story of how they learned that lesson about the bumps, the doctor, and the patient Mama who never gave up on them. Sometimes the younger monkeys would laugh and think it was funny, but the 5 little monkeys would just smile knowingly and say, "You'll learn too." Years went by, and the monkeys grew a little taller, a little wiser, and a lot more responsible. But they never forgot those days filled with laughter and the valuable lesson they learned, that fun is best when it's safe. Still, every now and then, on special nights when Mama wasn't looking, they would gently bounce once or twice on the bed, not too high, just enough to remember the good old days, and whisper to each other, 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed, before bursting into quiet laughter. Then they would lie down, cuddle under the blanket, and fall asleep with happy smiles on their faces. The stars twinkled above their little house, as if winking at their tiny secret, and though Mama Monkey sometimes pretended not to notice, she always smiled to herself, because deep down she knew that a little monkey mischief, mixed with love and laughter, was what made their home so warm and full of joy. And so, the 5 little monkeys grew up in a house where laughter never faded. Lessons were learned with love, and even the silliest mistakes turned into the sweetest memories. No one forgot the famous rhyme that had once been a warning but became a family anthem, a story of playfulness, care, and love. 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed, one fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." The rhyme echoed through generations, sung by little monkeys everywhere, a gentle reminder that life is full of fun, but even more wonderful when we play safely and listen to those who love us. And that's how the 5 little monkeys, Mimi, Momo, Mela, Milo, and Minnie, became the happiest and wisest monkeys in the forest, with a story the world would never forget.